All right, last day to wrap things up on lesson number 5's website project. So, a couple things I want to make sure you have completed. You may have done this last time in class, but just to make sure. If you have your peer review worksheet, make sure that you filled out the top part. Okay, this is the responsibility of who reviewed your page, so don't worry about what they wrote. If they didn't write very much, that's on them. Your job is to finish the worksheet by responding to those two, okay? Also, the project guide worksheet, this is the one that was stapled together, all right? Here's where we started with detailing or getting those main topics, so you should have something in this box on page 1. On page 2, this is where you made your outline, all right? And you were saying, all right, my title is going to look like this, then these are what I think my subheadings are going to be. Here's where I'm going to put some lists and so on. Okay. We stopped pretty much at this point. Okay. Now that you've finished your web page, your job is to finish step 4, reflect, where you add and respond to these 3 prompts here. Okay. So those 2 things, paper-wise, need to get turned in. Now, just a reminder about what I'm looking for on your web page, okay? The rubric calls out for numerous things, and sorry, this is kind of a mess because I was drawing all over it when I talked about it in class last time. So, the main components, paragraphs, headings, lists, okay? Put in a line break somewhere. Make sure that it's actually doing something, so it's inside a paragraph, perhaps inside a list, but mostly inside a paragraph. And the horizontal lines right here, okay? Now, this is the part that I need you to take a look and make sure. The main structure when you started your web page had these 5 lines first, going down to the body tag. They left a couple spaces. That's where your content has to go. And then the closing body and closing HTML tag are at the very bottom. Yes, I know sometimes they turn pink, but that's to indicate that there's an error somewhere above it. Okay? Don't mess with those. Don't delete those. And if we have to add them back in, make sure you look at this as a guide to put these 2 at the very bottom of your page. I'll show you an example in a second. And then that you have white space, okay? And you know that you shouldn't have anything pink in there, but white space means spreading out your code. For example, here's where there is no white space. You've got paragraphs immediately followed by an ordered list. There's some line breaks in there, and it's hard to tell where things are, where each element starts and ends. Here's where it looks better, okay? Your paragraph is separated. Use that enter key. It has absolutely no effect on what your page looks like. It's simply a nice tool to help create white space in your code. Here's my ordered list. It's starting here. There's your first list item. There's a break. Here's another list item. There's a break. Here's the last list item and the end of your list. Excellent. That's what I mean by white space. Now, the other thing, because I've seen this happen frequently, when I'm talking about what is that kind of framework or skeleton part of the code that comes automatically, okay? These are those first 5 lines that I said, don't mess with those, okay? Cool. So this person has got this stuff put in here, but then, oops, take a look what happened. These 2 lines right here are supposed to be the very last 2 lines. They've got a heading, a subheading, and then they started putting the rest of their content down here. This will eventually end up not showing up or not being able to run right, okay? These 2 lines need to be at the very, very end. So watch for that and make sure all of your content is in between the body tags. So basically, all of this stuff here needs to get moved right there. Or it might be easier just to take these 2 lines and send them to the bottom. All right, good luck. When you are in code.org, make sure at the end of lesson 3, so let me get in some of these spots here. Okay, so when you are here on level 2, it was coding your page. When you get to level 3 and it says review your page, okay, hit the finish button and it'll say, are you sure? And then finish lesson 5 and you're good to go. All right. Good luck. I'm excited to see how your project went.